So welcome everyone, we have got a fun and exciting workout for you lovely lot today, so well done for tuning in and getting here. We are doing our correct execution into overload workout, which means that we're focusing on 3 pods in total, 1 upper body pod, 1 lower body pod and 1 core pod. The aim of the game is to fatigue those muscle groups within each pod before moving on. So we're going to really try overload our upper body. Once we've done that, we'll then move into the lower body and then we'll move into the core, spread out throughout this duration of 45 minutes. So let's get started. We're going to come to the back of the mat how we always do, keeping the chest nice and lifted. Everyone roll the shoulders back a couple of times before you even go in for this move. Just a big couple of rolls. And I'm starting the timer and then we're going in for our lunge and twist. Big step forward. Twist towards that bent knee. Let's get this going. And like I was saying, it's our correct execution into overload. That means that we're going to do 2 sets or 2 variations of each exercise before moving on to the next one. And then when we come back round on the second lap, we're going to pair them both up together to create a new combo move. That will really fatigue and overload that muscle group. So really work on keeping that chest high, keeping those shoulders locked back, and having that lovely wide stance, twisting towards the bent knee, everyone. Twisting towards that bent knee. Last one here, and then we're going to start rolling it out through the wrist in a walkout. So hinging at the waist, soft bend in the knees, rolling through the hands, reaching as far out as you can with one arm, and then standing up nice and tall. We're going to do this alternating arms, but really emphasize that reach. So keep trying to reach whatever's in front of you, whether you've got a wall, a dog, or another person. Reach really far. If there's no one around you, even better, because that means that you can dance in between like no one's watching. So keep reaching. How much further can you go? Really work on that extended plank position. Reach. We've only got 15 seconds left of this move. Keep reaching as far as you can. So we've got some fun new moves in today's workout. You'll all be happy to know. So don't worry if it doesn't feel like it's adding up right away. Give yourself time to adjust. So let's go wide on the feet, into frog squats, elbows locked on the inside of the knees, high hips, low hips, high hips, low hips. Working with that tension in the back of the hamstrings, hinging at the knees, low to high, trying to keep your back flat, drive the knees out. And watch out for that rounding in the upper back. It's common for a lot of people. Be aware of it and really try to stick out your arse as much as you can, and that will help out while pulling back those shoulder blades. 15 seconds on the clock. Low to high, low to high. Keep it going. Let's see if we can double time it for the last 10. Speed it up a bit, everyone. Let's get quicker. Let's speed it up. Feel those quads kicking in, and time. Okay, brilliant. We're just going to go into a standing crossbody march. Elbows nice and wide. We're here for a minute. Standing crossbody. Ease into it. Twist through the upper torso, and don't let the knees, don't let the elbows, go lower than the shoulders. Just keep getting that tuck. Keep getting that nice quick tuck. 30 seconds left on the clock. Let's get quicker. Let's get quicker. Everyone speed it up. This doesn't want to be leisurely. The heart rate wants to be going up. And we are getting this done. And then in a moment, we're going to go into wide squat taps. Some nice wide squat taps where we're going to have our feet in a sumo stance. And then we're going to tap the ground and then spring up, keeping it low impact, or you can make it explosive if you want. So go wide on the feet, sumo stance, Then we're just tapping, up, down, tapping, up, down, tapping, up, down. So tap the ground. The feet want to hover over the ground. You're controlling this with the feet tapping in and tapping out really quick. Get that nice quick tap in, tap out. It's all happening in the knees. You're only ever squatting when your legs are going wide. Keeping the chest lifted. We've got 22 seconds left. You're looking great in the studio, guys. Everyone work on keeping that chest up. A couple of you are bending through the back. Try to keep the chest up high. Don't worry if you can't touch the ground. Just imagine that you are. Keep going wide on those legs. 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, we're going to get ready for our first move. And we're going to start by getting into the correct position. And it's called a Dolphin Press. You're going to feel this in the shoulders. So we want to come down into a tabletop position. So forearms stacked underneath the shoulders in a lovely tabletop position. Whew. I'm heating up already. I hope you are too. So we're on the forearms. And then from here, we're then going to raise our knees off the floor. And then what I want you to do is you're going to push with nice straight legs. Reach the heels down to the ground. The forearms are resting on the floor. And then you're going to push the heels down to the floor, through the forearms, knees tap the ground, heels to the ground, knees tap the ground, heels to the ground, knees tap the ground. So it's like a down dog position. You're pushing through your forearms, and then you're raising up in the hips, reaching the heels down to the floor, feeling that stretch in the upper body, poking your head in between your arms. It's like a little down dog. They call it a dolphin press. It's a tough one. It's a weird move. Knees are on the floor. You're pushing through the forearms. Knees are off the ground. You're reaching your heels down. Try to keep the back flat. Time. Next half of the move, we're going to mix it up a bit. And then we're now going into our nice tabletop tricep press. So you're going to stay in the tabletop position, and then to make it harder, hover, and then you're pressing up, you're coming down. You're pressing up, you're coming down. So your knees are off the ground, your forearms are resting on the floor, and then you're pushing your forearms hard off the ground, working the triceps. It's a really difficult move. You want to really keep that tension in the knees, in the quads, in the stomach, pressing it out, up and down. If you're really struggling, press to the right, press to the left. Press to the right, press to the left. One arm at a time. Otherwise, try going for both at the same time, pushing the floor away from you. Time. We're now into the next two moves. We're going to do a low lunge halo on the right hand side. So grab your weight, take a big step back with the left leg, and then we're just going to loop the weight around in front of the head, loop it around the other way while we're in this low lunge position. So it's challenging your core. You can do it standing, but you'll find if you're on the low lunge with the right leg behind, it is going to be a lot more challenging, a lot quicker. So keep this going from right to left. And then for the next set, we'll move over to the other side. How low can you go? How low can you go? So we're not only are we working the shoulders, but we're warming up the legs, bending both those knees. Time. So now we're just going to switch leg position, throw the right leg back, keep the left leg forward. We're off in 3, 2, 1. Right leg back, bend both the knees, keep the chest lifted, throw it around. So a couple of you can go wider on your stance. I'm liking the use of the at-home weights, because what we like to see, and you'll find the lower you get, the harder this may be. Keep the weight in line with the eyes and ears. Do not let it drift any further below or above. Loop it around the head as if it is your halo in that level plane. Last 10 seconds. Everyone got the wide stance, everyone tensing through the core. Brilliant job. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, we're now going into a bent over single arm row. So you can use your left arm to support you on your left knee, hinging over, bringing it back to the hip, lowering it back down on the right arm only. Up, down, 2-second hold at the top. 1, 2, lower it down, bring the hand all the way back to the hip. 1, 2, all the way back down. Keep it coming, team. Hold that 2-second hold at the top. Maintain that lovely flat back. Really pat back the shoulders here. You can support yourself on the left knee with the left arm. Keep the shoulders pat back. Have that 2-second hold, lower it down. Get that 2-second hold, lower it down. All about the 2-second hold at the top. Can anyone hinge their body over a little bit more so it's almost parallel to the floor? Okay, switching sides, left arm. Use your right hand on the right knee to support yourself. Stick out the bum, soft bend in the knees. Let's go. 1, 2, lower it back down. 1, 2, lower it back down. Brilliant job. Everyone's got a nice flat back here. You want to be facing the floor with your head. 2 seconds at the top, keeping those shoulders pat back the entire time. And soon we're going to come into that combo round, and that's where the fun begins. We're going to try 2 of those dolphin press into 2 tricep tabletop press. If you're really struggling with a combo move, just pick the half of it that you can do for the duration. You can always try throw in the other half of it at the end, just to give it another go. So let's go into a low press up hold now, just to work our chest a little bit. So we're going into a low press up hold for the next 20 seconds. Spread the fingertips. How low can you go? It's like a plank. We're not touching the ground. You're in that low position. You're holding. Keeping the shoulders back, tensing the bum. 10 more seconds on the clock. Keep it there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Cobra. Quickly ease it off. Come onto the forearms. Come onto the forearms. And we're getting ready for that first dolphin press. And we're going to push back when you're ready. Start in the tabletop position. Reach your heels down to the ground. We're going to go for 2 tabletops. 1, 2, and then return to the tabletop position, then push off the arms. 1, 2. You can do all of this with your knees on the ground. The harder variation is going to be knees off the floor. 2 of each. Hands are slightly in front of the head to make it easier. Really work on those high hips. When we're in that dolphin press, reaching the heels back, pushing through the forearms, and then pushing through the hands for the triceps, 2 of each. We've got 15 seconds on the clock. Get it done. Really working those shoulders, really working those triceps. Last dolphin press if you can, or tricep. Okay, brilliant. From here, we're now going into an alternating reverse lunge halo. So you're going to go into a halo from the left to the right, and then we're going to stand back up to the top, switch legs, and then go from the left to the right, stand up to the top, switch legs. So go down into that low lunge, to the right, to the left, keep it even. Stand back up, switch it over. To the right. To the left. Stand back up, switch it over. To the right. To the left. Brilliant job. Try not to move your head around the weight, but to only move the weight around your head. I see a lot of people jarring their neck when they do this. So just try and imagine you're staying lifted through the chest, through the head, and your neck doesn't want to be moving around like a slinky. Keeping the weight in that level plane, tensing your bum, tensing the core. You're all doing brilliantly with this move. You can't just do it standing if you're finding the lunge very challenging. Time. Last one. We're now going into the bent over row, and we're just going to go alternating, 2 on each side, and then we'll switch. So you're going to hinge over, hand on your knee, 2 reps on the right, 2 reps on the left, and each time we're going to try double it up. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8. So 1, 2, just rep it out, switch it over. 1, 2, now we're going for 4 on each side. 1. Keep those shoulders pat back. Once you've done 4 on each side, go for 6 on each side. Keep that back flat, keep supporting yourself with your other hand. Keep reaching your elbow back to your knee. Who can get the highest number here? You don't want to be going crazy quick, just a nice even tempo. I'm on 8. Who's on 8? Who's keeping up? Yep. Switch it over, finish it off. Time. Okay, we're coming into our lower body half now. Lower body pod. If you want a quick drink of water, get a quick drink of water. And we're just going to go into staggered squats to warm up our legs, body weight. So let the left heel clip the right heel, and we're just squatting, switching, squatting, switching. And we're just here for the next 30 seconds, or you can drink some water on the tiptoes of that back leg. It's not a reverse lunge, it's just a staggered squat. I'm going to show you this first move. It's going to get the heart rate up. Everyone take a look at the screen. Keep going with the staggered squats if you can. It's a no weight, clean and press. So you're using no weight, going wide on the legs. You're going to tap the ground, tiptoes. Tap the ground, tiptoes. This move wants to be quick. Your feet don't need to leave the ground, but you're coming onto the tiptoes each time. You're pretending you're doing a clean and press. And we're going for speed here. Right hand side, let's go. Quick, quick, quick. Let the hand touch. Go really wide on those legs. Do not bend in the back. Keep the chest lifted. Tap the ground. Come onto the tiptoes. Nice and quick. How wide can those knees go? Come on, everyone. Speed it up. Watch out for your back. Wider on the legs. I can see a couple of us bending in the back quite a lot. So you can go wider on the legs. It's a body weight move. It doesn't mean it's easy. You can make it as hard as you want by going quicker. And we're going to do exactly the same with the other arm for set number 2. Time, quick breather. Get ready for the same move on the other side. My heart rate's through the roof. Hope yours is too. We're off. So, right arm out. Invisible clean and press. How much onto those tiptoes can you get? It's all about those tiptoes. Look how wide my legs are. Can your legs get that wide? Go wider, everyone. Everyone can spread your legs even wider. Your feet aren't leaving the ground, just your heels. You're doing great. We're not stopping. Keep it coming. Last couple in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time. They're tough. They should be. Next move, Sumo Squat press out. Grab a weight. Wide on the legs. We're good at this one. Squat down, out, in, up. Squat down, out, in, up. Let's go. We're off. Keep the weight in line with the chest. Squat down, out, in, up. Wider on the legs, everyone. Go a little bit wider. I'm seeing everyone quite tight up. We've got 15 seconds. Keep that weight in line with the chest. Every time you squat down. Last couple. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Time. Now we're going to go into just the sumo squat. Keep the weight locked in. And we're going to go for sumo squat, ankle tap. Down, tap. Down, tap. Work on the depth. How low can you go? It's all about the depth today. Try to get those hips in line with the knees. Down, tap. Down, tap. Great team. Just what I like to see. We're all looking like a synchronized dance group. Keep it coming. 15 seconds on the clock. Really keep that chest lifted. Get that depth. Get ready for the combos after this. They're going to be fun. And time. Keep the weight. Throw your back leg, your left leg back. We're working with a static lunge. Left leg back. And then we're bending both knees evenly, driving up. Bending both knees evenly, driving up. Keep it coming. It's all about pushing that leg behind you as if it's in a cement wall. And you're trying to push that cement wall behind you. Leave a dent in it. That back leg wants to be completely straight. Leg tap the ground. Drive it up. Your legs should be on fire by now. After all those core moves. 6 sets in total. Keep dropping, keep driving. Last 3. Okay, switch sides. Right leg back, left leg forward. You're doing amazing, gang. Woo. Right leg back, same again. Left leg forwards. Drive that back leg out and behind. No rounding in the upper back. Lifting in the chest, pushing the hips through. Really tense that back leg. Tense that back leg. It's fine if you're going in for squats here. Work with what suits you. 10 seconds on the clock. We can get it. No one stop. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Keep those legs warm. Whew. Let's just go in for a nice tucking the knees into the chest, arms wide. Just a standing march. Keep those legs nimble right now. Whew. I've got a stitch. My heart rate's through the roof. I'm hoping you're in the same place with me. I'm going to need to open a window. So, first one. We're going into that alternating body weight, clean and press with no weight. So we're going to go wide on the legs. Tap, 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 tap. So we're just moving from left to right arm. I'm opening another window. We're golden. Everyone ready? We're off in 5. If you want, you can go for 5 on the right, 5 on the left. That's what I'm going to do. So kick out the left arm. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tiptoes. 5. Switch it over. All about those tiptoes. Switch it over. Keep it quick. This is a quick body weight move. Doing great. Everyone's got a solid pace. Everyone coming up onto tiptoes. Can we get even higher on those tiptoes? We've got this. Let the dogs get involved. Come on. Couple more. Couple more. Even if you just squat it out. Yes, we're moving. Everyone's in it. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next move, we're going to go into a sumo squat, press out, ankle tap. Grab a weight. Whew. My heart rate's through the roof. I can barely breathe. Everyone ready? So we're going for sumo squat, press out, ankle tap. Sumo squat, press out, ankle tap. It's a slower move. It doesn't mean it's easier. Sumo squat, press out, ankle tap. Keep it going. Lovely sumo squats. We're getting some nice low hips. Animals are checking everyone's form. Brilliant job from the animal kingdom. Don't slow down. Last couple. 20 seconds left on the clock. No one's going to stop for this final 20. Keep that energy up and know the person who else is doing it is in just as much pain as you, and we're all in it. We're not stopping. Last one. Okay, time. We're just going to go in for an alternating static squat. 5 on each leg, 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Switch after each 5. So, right leg back or left leg back. Let that knee touch the ground 5 times. Switch it over. Drag that leg out. Switch it over. All about that big step back. Keeping the hips tucked under. Nice wide stance. 30 seconds. The legs should be in a lot of pain by now. If they are, you're doing it right. Last 10. Let's get another 5 on each leg if we can. Come on. Ooh. Last 5. Even if time is gone, let's go. Oh, God, that was tough. Hey, so, next move. This is a fun one, new one. Have a moment to recover. Quick sip of water. We're going to breathe through this one. Just breathe for the next 45 seconds. Whew, it is hot. And what we're going to get ready for, coming up, is going to be a tabletop 360. So, let me make sure that you guys can all see me properly. We're going to come down to the ground, move your weights aside. We're in a tabletop position. And it's going to be a 180, sorry. Knees are going to be off the floor. You're going to rotate 180 degrees and then rotate back. 180 degrees. Keeping the knees low, keeping them off the ground. Let's go. 180. Spin it back. Feel free to do a full 360. If you've got the room. Keep those knees close down to the floor, but don't let them touch. Final 10 seconds on the clock. Doing great, gang. One more of each. Time. We're staying down on the ground. We're going into a bird dog. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You can do this with your knees on the floor. Reach, lower it down. Reach, lower it down. If you want to make it harder, knees off the ground. Let's go. Reach. Slight pause at the top. So you can imagine what the combo is going to be. If you need to drop down to the floor, not a problem. Have this one for light recovery. Just really concentrate on that drive. Keeping the biceps facing forward, keeping the elbows twisting in. You can make this as hard as you want. So you can be in that hovering position. And time. Okay, we're now coming into a forearm plank tap out, opposite arm, opposite leg, onto the forearms. Opposite arm, opposite leg, tap out, tap out, tap out. Let's go. Try to keep the hips level. You can just tap out with the arms or just the legs if you're struggling with this. Otherwise, try both. Stay in that forearm plank. Reach. Opposite arm. Opposite leg. Keep it coming. Last couple. 10 left. We're in single digits. You've got this. Get those hips lower. Tense that bum harder. Ooh. And time. Okay, we're staying on the forearms. We're coming into hip dips from left to right. Imagine you've got a weight underneath your pelvis and you've got to bounce over it with those hips. Pivoting on the toes, pushing through the forearms. Hip dips, left to right. Try and keep your hands flat on the floor. Don't clamp them together. Ooh. Dip it out. Try not to take a break. If you do, count to 5, come back in. Dip, dip, tuck the hips under. Tuck those hips under. Really tuck. Come on team, we're looking great. We're dipping, we're diving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is a nice one. Put your knees up to 90 degrees right now. Hands by the temples. And then we're rolling up through the top of the spine. Keeping the hands by the temples, working that upper core. Knees are staying at 90 degrees. And you're reaching your sternum up high here. Reach the sternum up high. Keep those elbows wide. Try not to arch the head. You can get in a good load of reps here. If your stomach is not feeling destroyed enough, just speed this up. Go quicker. Can you go quicker? Breathe deep. Wide elbows. Keep those knees at 90. Keep that lower back in contact. Time. Okay, we're now going to kick our legs up high. So they're in a straight line, and then you're going to reach up for your toes, rolling up through the upper back. Let's go. Reach up for the toes. If you can't touch the toes, rub the shins. I just want you reaching up as high as you can. Try to do it with straight legs. The more the bend in the legs, the easier. The straighter the leg, the hella harder. Try straighten them up for this last 15 seconds. I'll let you know when that is. Okay, kick them up high, let's go. Straight legs, get that reach. Last 15 seconds, and then we've just got our combo round. 3 sets left. And time. Okay, we're coming into that final round right now. Final round coming up. We're starting on the tabletop 360, and then you're going to do a bird dog on the right and a bird dog on the left. Okay, so let's all get into that tabletop position. Use this moment to recover. Get ready for the tabletop. Find yourself there. Feel free to hold a plank if you want additional extra. It is a tough one today, isn't it? Whew. We've got 25 seconds on the clock. Everyone ready? Prepare yourselves. Get into that mindset that you're just not going to stop for the last 3 sets. We're doing tabletop 180 with a bird dog at the end. of the 180 to the right, to the left. So we're off in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 180 all the way around. You can do this with your knees on the ground or off the ground. Opposite arm and leg. Opposite arm and leg. Spin it back. Oh. If you need to drop down to the knees for the bird dog, no problem. If you can do it with your knees off the ground, even better. Maybe try a mixture of half and half if you're still getting used to it. $15 on the clock. We're not stopping. We're indestructible. Invincible. Invincible. Come on. 5 seconds on the clock. Last one. Okay. We're now into that next move. We're into a forearm. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Tap out. We're going to do 4 there. And then we're going to do 8 hip dips. So you're staying on the forearms, 4 opposite arm and legs. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hip dips. 4 and 8. Keep it coming. Find a rhythm, stick to it. Not gonna stop. Ooh. Your coordination may feel short. Work for it. 10 seconds on the clock, let's go. Ooh. Time. Okay. You're going to lay down, knees up, 90 degrees. Everyone ready? Knees up at 90. We're going to get in 8 and 8. Knees up crunch, and then legs up crunch. Start with the knees up, and then we go into legs up. So, hands by the temples, 8. Lift through the sternum. Once you've done that 8, kick up those legs, straight legs. Reach for the toes. Bend those knees again. Keep them at 90 degrees. Lift from the sternum. We're nearly there. It's the final move. Hands by the temples, keep it going. Keep pressing your lower back into the ground. So I heard a great fact the other day. Half the time when your body is telling you when you're done, you're only 40% physically exerted. So you've still got another 60% in the tank. It's just your mind lying to yourself. Get this last 8. Brilliant. Okay, last move coming up for that extra little bit of flair. Take a moment to recover, and then what I want you to do is we're going to lift up the legs, and we're going to try and lift our legs and our arms up at the same time to meet in the middle, touching there. So legs and arms at the same time. It's a jackknife. Everything can touch the ground at the bottom like it's a trampoline. You're just going to bounce right back up. We're here for 1 minute. Legs and arms coming up, meeting in the middle. Watch out for your lower back here. If you do get lower back pain, you can do it with a soft bend in the knees to make it easier. 25 seconds, come on. Reach it up, reach it up. How many more can you get? It wants to feel like someone has torn your stomach in half. And in return, you've got a lovely 6-pack. It's everyone's got one. They're there. 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, plant the feet on the ground, wide on the arms. Let's bring the knees together. And just let both knees drop over to the right. Look down the left. Oh, feel that nice deep core stretch. Hold it here, full pause. And then slowly tense the core to bring it back up to the center. I can see the dogs joining in with the core stretch. Brilliant. Switch it over to the other side. Oh, hold it here. And we'll just do that one more time on each side. Holding for 10 seconds on each. Switch it over, tensing through the core. And last time, switch it over. Holding it there, full pause. Okay, now let's just tuck our knees into our chest. Tuck your knees into your chest. Let's make those tight little circles with your knees. Tight little circles with your knees. Loosening up the lower back. It can sometimes be in a little bit of agony after all those core moves. And then from here, let's just tuck the right knee in, pull it in really hard. You can lower down that left leg. Pull it as hard as you can. Kick it up high. Spin around the ankle up here. 4 times one direction, 4 times the other. Keeping that left leg flat on the floor. Perfect. Tuck the knee back into the chest and pull it across the body one more time for that side body twist. Seeing if you can get a little bit deeper. Brilliant job. Okay, let's switch it on to the other side. Tuck that left knee into the chest really hard. Oh, pulling it in. And then from there, you're going to kick it up high. Grabbing below the knee. Over here. Spin the ankle round 4 times in one direction. And 4 times in the other. Tuck it back into the chest really hard and pull it across the body. In a moment, we're going to turn onto our front and come into a Cobra. So slowly transition after laying down your left leg to the floor. Slowly turn over onto your front. Have that moment. Just to turn onto the front and then have the elbows underneath the shoulders where we're going to work with that nice low Cobra. Nice low Cobra, lifting up through the chest, pulling the elbows back. Peel back down to the ground. See if we can work our triceps here. Push through the hands now. Press up into a high Cobra. Shuffle the hands back a bit in line with the shoulders. And one more of each. From the low Cobra on the forearms. Lower back down to the high Cobra on the hands. Lowering it down, brilliant. Okay, so from there, we're now just going to slowly press up into a down dog position. Wide feet, reaching the hips back, pedaling the ankles forwards really slowly. Really working with those lovely high hips. And let's have a little bit of fun here. So what I want you to do is crisscross your legs in front of each other. Your right leg crossing in front of your left. Left leg crossing in front of the right, going wide on it, slowly walking it in, working on that nice flat back, crisscrossing your legs over as you walk up, overlapping each other, getting a little bit higher and higher each time. until you're in a nice hinged over position. And then from there, let's just grab the elbows, go a little bit wider on the stance, and drift from right to left. Let that lower back release. Try and reach even lower down to the ground here. Drop the arms, slowly peel up, really, really slowly. Tensing the bum, bring the hips forwards, rolling through the upper body, rolling the shoulders back at the top, reaching the arms high. In that big Y shape with the hands, holding a big imaginary beach ball. Let's lean over to the right, looking up at the left. Keep pulling back those elbows and switch it over. And then 2 big swooping movements to finish, down to the ground and up. Big back bend each time. Last one. And amazing work, everyone. Solid effort in today's workout. That was absolutely brutal. Remember, if you ever can't make it to the on-demand sessions here today, we do have the YouTube up and running, and I encourage you all to try it out. It's exactly the same format. We've got 3 styles of workouts up there. You all know the drill. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you later on, and have a lovely day. Adios and recover.